All right, I have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Universal Monsters NECA crossover action figure. This is Casey Jones as the Phantom, which I never quite considered Phantom of the Opera as a monster movie. I always considered it more of a Broadway play, but that's okay. The figure is amazing. We can see some of the other additions to the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover line, and this one fits right in. It's like just the artwork itself is just pretty amazing, pretty gruesome. The figure itself, he's dressed up in his fancies. He's got his classic Casey Jones gear. He's got some swappable heads and a ton of extra hands, including some padding. Because Casey Jones is always ready to throw down, he's always got to keep his hands protected. All right, so let's open him up. Actually, I just noticed on the bottom when I was going to open, one of the toy designers is James Groman. And if I just reach up real quick, I have one of my favorite James Groman figures, the Barnyard Commandos. He's been designing toys for decades, always like Mad Balls, Barnyard Commandos. He's got his hands in everything. Really great toy designer, and you know you're a toy collector when you start getting excited when you see some of your favorite designers and creators attached to some of your new figures. So that makes me happy. All right, so let's free this Casey Jones. And yeah, the packaging really awesome. Keeps them in there nice and tight. There's some tape, there's some ties, there's all these hands that we saw before. And the detail on these gloves is pretty fantastic. And that's the head right there. The half mask, Phantom of the Opera style, gruesome underneath, comes with a skull for some reason, and then he's got his hockey stick so that he can fight off the townspeople who don't like his singing. All right, and then it looks like in the back he's got a cape, which the Phantom and the cape, they kind of go hand in hand, or I guess cape and neck is probably a better way to put it. So right off the bat, he stands up, which is good. He's got really good neck articulation, and man, look at those intense eyes. That is a stare right there. And he's got his nice little bow tie. The suit that he's wearing is pretty amazing. Actually, I just moved his arm a little bit. So typical to NECA figures, some of the joints out of the box are a little bit tight. He's no different. I'll probably have to loosen that up a little bit. The legs are actually pretty amazing. They're really smooth. He comes with little cleats, just another nod to Casey Jones. And he's got knee pads. So really like the attention to detail that they put to Casey Jones. Yeah, the legs are perfectly articulated. They move really well. The shoulders don't go up all the way, but that's okay. As long as he could shoot a hockey stick, that's a low arm mobility, and play the piano, which is also low mobility. He just toppled over. The cleats actually do make it a little bit hard for him to stand because he's not purely flat-footed. There's a little bit of a balancing act there. So one thing to keep in mind, if you're going to display him someplace high, he might be toppling over. All right, and now I'm going to put on the cape. All right, so it's not an elastic band. You do have to pop his head off in order to get the cape on. Now, I usually don't like soft goods on figures, capes, shirts. To me, I don't like the look of them with the action figure. So I'm going to try it out, see how I like it. The one exception is Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, the Kenner figures. Their soft goods, their tunics look absolutely amazing. And Hasbro recently, with their Star Wars Black Series figures, has been doing a really good job, especially with capes. But this one's cool. As far as the cape goes, I don't particularly like it. Like when you put on the cape of the figure, you lose a lot of the detail. So I'm trying it on now out of the box just to see how it looks, but I'm not going to display him with the cape, and I'm probably just going to pack it away. I'm barely going to use this. But I know a lot of other people will enjoy it. So capes are just not my thing. But actually, what's really cool about it is it does have a little wire bend in it, which is something new that I have not seen too much before. So you can actually pose it with the figure, which does make it, in my opinion, a little bit more usable and a little cooler. So you could have it look like an action shot of him opening his cloak to reveal that he's, just sick at the piano or the organ. So I kind of like that. That's pretty cool. So taking a look at his hockey sticks, This is just classic Casey Jones. They're taped up so he doesn't get them all dented when he's smacking them across people's faces in classic Casey Jones style. Then he's got his branded goalie glove with some spikes on the end of it that he can use to do some damage or hit a few extra keys when he's playing some music. And then he's got his padded glove. I'm not sure if that's a hockey glove. I assume so with all of his other hockey stuff. Casey Jones usually comes with an assortment of golf clubs, baseball bats. This one seems like it's pure hockey. And the hands he comes with the punching hands attached. Then he's got different hands of different grab lengths to hold on to the weapons, which is pretty cool. So you could really change them up. And then this is the head. It's a perfect mix of Casey Jones and the Phantom of the Opera. It's got the hockey mask. I'm going to put it right on. This is the one he's pretty much always going to be displayed with in my collection. Just, you can see the detail underneath. This is clearly the James Groman who does a lot of monster designs. You can see where his influence is on there. Just really awesome. And then he comes with a skull, which I'm not quite sure. Doesn't really relate to Casey Jones. He doesn't have a skull. And Phantom of the Opera doesn't have a skull at any point. Or it could be because the Phantom's always skulking around. That would be my guess as to why he came. But another fantastic NECA figure. Really enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching.